Hi, I'm Isabella. When we think of childhood, we usually picture a protected space, a time of carefree play and a quiet innocence that shields us from the harshness of the adult world. But the human psyche undergoes a completely different kind of development when safety is replaced by profound hardship. When poverty and suffering define every waking moment, the mind is forced to adapt in ways we rarely discuss. Maxim Gorky's autobiographical novel, Childhood, provides the definitive record of this experience. It stands as a direct counter-narrative to the idealized version of growing up. This century-old story maintains a significant presence in our modern digital world. On WeChat Reading, the book has reached over 114,000 readers, maintaining a high recommendation rate of 86.6%. Despite the bleakness of the setting, readers consistently walk away from Gorky's work reporting a sense of unyielding, vital energy. They describe a feeling of striving desire rather than one of despair. This narrative functions as an architectural blueprint for extracting hope from trauma, framing his early life as a process of building internal light in a dark world. The setting is early 20th century Russia, a landscape where poverty was the baseline. Families lived in basic wooden houses and navigated unpaved, muddy roads, engaged in an exhausting struggle for the most basic necessities. Maxim Gorky lived within this specific historical reality. He later translated these memories into his world-famous autobiographical trilogy, with Childhood serving as the opening chapter. To process these events, Gorky filters the experience through a fictionalized version of his younger self, a protagonist named Alyosha. This innocent perspective acts as a filter. By observing the cruelty of the adult world through the eyes of a child, we see the chaos from a distance rather than being instantly overwhelmed by it. Seeing violence and greed through a child's confusion shifts our emotional response. The shock of the events is replaced by a deep empathy for the boy forced to navigate them. This use of an innocent lens allows Gorky to bridge the gap between his personal history and a broader literary study of the human spirit. Alyosha's environment subjects him to constant psychological tests. The heavy infrastructure and societal weight of places like St. Petersburg represent a structure designed to demand submission and crush individual spirit. Alyosha develops a three-part psychological defense against the disorder. First, profound stubbornness. Witnessing corruption, he refuses to adopt those behaviors. Second, intense compassion. He responds to the suffering of others. Finally, a relentless pursuit of understanding, turning a confusing world into something understood. These combined traits allow Alyosha to construct a rich spiritual world. This internal reality remains vibrant and colorful, even when his physical environment is defined by poverty. Survival is the act of constructing an untouchable spiritual architecture within the mind that can withstand the weight of the external world. We see the result of this resilience in Gorky's adult life. The child who survived the mud and the violence became a master intellectual, surrounded by the books and ideas that he once struggled to understand. His journey demonstrates that physical hardship and societal failure do not dictate our internal reality. Maintaining compassion and curiosity serves as the primary mechanism for forging a strength that external forces cannot break. Try applying Alyosha's lens the next time you face a personal hardship that feels insurmountable. Guard your empathy and keep your curiosity active. You can explore this process yourself by reading Childhood on WeChat Reading, where you can trace the development of this resilience page by page. When observed through the correct lens, the darkest elements of the past can provide the foundation for an unshakable life.